Episode 401. The words left Xiao Yifan flushed with embarrassment. He used to think he wasn't good enough, but after receiving the great god's encouragement, he suddenly felt a surge of confidence in himself. If a master like Ye Chu could see his potential, then surely others could too. All he needed was a chance, a stage to prove himself. And so Xiao Yifan entered the newcomer challenge. He chose Li Xuan as his opponent, a decision that was incredibly ill-considered. He understood this now, but he didn't dwell on it. After all, that choice hadn't cost him anything. Even if he had chosen a different opponent, with less than a month of practice as a phantom demon, could he really have displayed talent impressive enough to sway a professional team? And it was Ye Qiu who made him realize this, who made him see that his thinking had been rather rash. Xiao Yifan's thoughts shifted, and he quickly came to agree with Ye Chu's point. He had never considered himself a genius like Gao Yingjie, and the great god had never given him that kind of praise either. From the very beginning, the only thing God Ye Chu had told him was that the assassin class couldn't unleash his potential, and that the Ghost Blade was a better fit for him. That was all. He still needed to hone himself, to polish his skills until the day he would truly shine. Xiao Yifan wiped away the last trace of a tear from the corner of his eye, and the despair in his heart suddenly vanished. Because this time, he had truly seen himself clearly. He had finally, completely, found his proper place. Opportunities, a stage. It's far too early to be thinking about those things. Opportunity favors the prepared, and he was not prepared at all. So he rushed to grab at what looked like a good opportunity, only to end up falling flat on his face. But from this moment on, Xiao Yifan resolved to stop overthinking. He would focus solely on honing his skills. As for whether any team would still accept him after the season ended, that long-standing greatest source of his anxiety, he had finally worked it out. What's the point of constantly worrying about whether a team will take you? You have to hone your own skills first. Only then will you have a chance at those opportunities. Even if this season ends and I'm temporarily cast aside, it doesn't matter. I'm still young. I can keep practicing, keep waiting. At worst, I'll just start over from scratch and be a rookie again. The passage before him remained dark and gloomy, but for Xiao Yifan, who had finally understood everything, his heart was suddenly flooded with light.
Thank you, Senior,
he said to Ye Chu with heartfelt gratitude.
Keep at it.
Ye Chu gave a nod and turned to leave.
What about you, Senior?
Xiao Yifan suddenly asked loudly.
Why did you choose to retire so early?
Of all the pro players, the members of Tiny Herb had the most contact with Ye Chu after his retirement. Every week, they'd challenge him to a bet, and every week, they'd lose, utterly humiliated. Sure, the unspecialized class had its advantages, but these were all pro-level players. The fact that they couldn't win a single match was, frankly, a bit excessive. Setting aside the class advantage, the opponent's own skill level clearly had to be taken seriously. Yet with skills like that, he chose to retire. This had already sparked some discussion within Tiny Herb. Now completely free of his mental block, Xiao Yifan raised his voice to ask Ye Chu. Ye Chu turned back.
I'm looking for an opening too.
Will you come back again?
Of course. I might be getting on in years, but I'm not about to give up.
With that, Ye Chu turned and left, giving Xiao Yifan a wave before gradually disappearing into the dim corridor. Xiao Yifan stood alone for a long moment before finally walking away. With his mind now clear, the path forward seemed to crystallize before him. The corridor was the same corridor, but after just a few steps, he quickly turned a corner. The direction he turned, however, wasn't to leave, but to return once more to the interior of the venue, back before that dazzling stage. Back in the arena, a new round of the Rookie Challenge was already underway. Normally, in the Rookie Challenge, players use provided characters, so you can't tell who's who from the ID. But this round, the IDs floating above the two characters' heads weren't those unfamiliar, temporary ones. Diriro and Tang Sanda, these two were, without a doubt, active professional characters in the league. The rule allowing players to use non-personal accounts in the Rookie Challenge was created to keep veterans from having too big an advantage. But if a rookie requests it, they're naturally allowed to use their own account. For this particular challenge, The rookie had made that request. Tang Hao, a second-year player for 100 Blossoms team, was an unremarkable rookie in his first season. But after one summer, it was as if a switch had flipped. This season, he rose to prominence with force, becoming the absolute core figure for 100 Blossoms following the retirement of their captain, Zhang Jiael. The only real shame was that his brawler character, Dorilo, couldn't quite match the dazzling god-tier performance he'd put on this season. As a second-year player, Tang Hao still qualified for the Rookie Challenge. However, for a competitor already charging toward god-tier status, even one with rookie standing, the event was often beneath their notice. But this time, Tang Hao chose to sign up, and the opponent he selected was none other than Lin Jingyan, a player of the same class. He even went so far as to demand the use of an active account. The challenged veteran had no right to refuse, so Lin Jingyan had no choice but to take the stage with his character, Tang Sanda, the so-called #1 brawler in glory. But Tang Hao's goal in this match was clearly not to pay homage, nor was it to seek guidance. Right now, Tang Hao's reputation in the glory scene is soaring. But just like with Lin Jingyan, the veteran brawler, many still believe he's got plenty of fight left in him. This challenge match had taken on the true meaning of a challenge. Tang Hao seemed determined to use facts to convince everyone, because when he entered the arena to state his reason for the challenge, he uttered only 4 words: "The weak shall overcome the strong."